Hi guys, so this is my first video blog. But now, how do you fight an enemy with these kind of resources? I mean, they are everywhere.
I left this flat Thursday afternoon to see a specialist about my abnormal blood tests. I've just woken up in this bed with the same clothes on, and it's Friday night, and I don't remember anything in between. Where have I been?
The order will not be denied.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kate, or at least that's the name she's going by now. She explains that this is her very first vlog and that she's a simple, down-to-earth hometown British girl. Her main interests include relaxing, hanging out with her new group of friends, but most importantly of all, her artwork. She further explains that she wants this new medium to express how she's feeling, mostly to vent about her most recent breakup with an unnamed ex-boyfriend. After posting a few more of her art videos, Kate has a confession for the audience. As mentioned before, she tells us that her name isn't really Kate. She muses about meeting a roommate, but doesn't elaborate much on exactly why she's chosen to use an alias.
My name's not really Kate. Well, I mean, it's what my friends call me, but I know what you're thinking, but I didn't have it planned out. Or did I? I don't mean to be dishonest to the people that I care about. It's just that this lie has been around longer than I've known them. When I first met Charlie, she asked me my name. And I said Kate. The problem is, the moment I told Charlie my name was Kate, that's who I've been ever since. She's introduced me to her friends. In fact, I'm seeing somebody. And he thinks I'm Kate too. And I really like him.
We are next introduced to a pair of enterprising young men named Gavin and Tarek, who go on to explain that they've been best friends ever since high school. Gavin and Tarek have just quit their jobs in order to go into business for themselves. Gavin seems to be the one who has initiated this rather rash move, but Tarek seems to trust his friend and goes along with it. Later on, Tarek is dismayed that Gavin didn't really have a plan, and the two end up asking Gavin's aunt if they could use her garage as a temporary office space. She comically inquires about the duo's cash flow in order to secure a rent payment, which is something the boys did not expect. In lieu of cash, the pair agree to do a free gardening for her, but are less than enthusiastic about the endeavor. Kate updates us and says that ever since she admitted publicly that her name wasn't really Kate, her new friends have had mixed reactions. Her roommate Charlie thinks it's mysterious and cool, but the others have seemed to keep their distance, not sure whether or not to trust Kate. We also learn that the new guy Kate is seeing is Tarek, and his reaction was mild, if not a little suspicious. We also get a bemusing glimpse into Charlie's rather untidy room, something that Kate jokes about as she proceeds to mess around on the other girl's laptop. We learn that Charlie is also an artist and enjoys the leftover ham sandwich.
Hi, my name is Tarek. I just saw a video my mate Gavin posted. I almost didn't recognise myself.
Oh, spiders!
There's more to me than arachnophobia. I mean, I know Gav, he means well, but we need to be doing things properly. We're friends and we're working together, and it's not always easy working with mates because qualities that make a good mate don't always make good business partners. And I haven't got time to be digging Myuu all day. But seriously, if it wasn't for Gav, I wouldn't have been brave enough to quit my job. Gav seems to have this habit of landing on his feet all the time, like a cat. But not a house cat, like one of those back alley cats, that smell. I've come to expect the madness Gav comes with, but not Kate. It's amazing what you see on the internet these days. I mean, come on, what was up with that video? So listen, Kate, or whatever your name is, whatever the secret is that you're hiding, just come out with it. Now, no excuses.
Kate next tells us that she's adopted an existential philosophy based on the works of a French artist named Jacques Derrida. Derrida believed that life was much like a painting. The deeper someone was inside their own mind, the less they realized what's just on the outside of a canvas, much like paint inside a picture. Kate then elaborates slightly further on her mysterious past.
I haven't really slept much. Explaining to everyone that I wasn't Kate was something I just felt like I had to do. I didn't mean to hurt everyone, especially someone I really like. I grew up in a good family and I went to a good school and I was supposed to grow up to be a good girl. I have problems. Changing my name isn't something I'm planning to make a habit of. I mean, I'm gonna be an artist. I'm Kate now. I'm Kate. You can trust me. I'm Kate now.
We next see another of Kate's art house videos in which she depicts a strange nightmare she's had just the night prior. The video shows a series of disturbing and disquieting imagery that may indicate there's more going on with Kate than she's currently sharing with her audience. Kate decides to fill in even more about her past and says that the previous night's dream wasn't just a one-off occurrence. They in fact have been happening ever since she was a small child.
When I was a little girl, I had these awful dreams. I visited doctor after doctor. It got so bad that they had to put me on medication. Nothing worked. One summer I was sent to hospital. It was the worst summer of my life. Pavor nocturnus. Night terrors, but worse. That's what they called it. Another word to define me. One day the dreams went away. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, gone. When I moved to London for art school, I decided fresh start. Change my name to Kate. Leave the past behind me. That video I made over the weekend was based on a dream. I started having them a few weeks ago. I don't know what they mean, if anything.
After Kate's explanation of her night terrors, the somber mood lifts as she then receives a call from Tarek. Kate tells us that the two have ironed out their conflicts and they have once again begun dating. Additionally, she says that a routine physical from a local doctor has given her a clean bill of health and that she's just waiting on the results of a routine blood test. Back with Gavin and Tarek, the boys are seen preparing to secure a bank loan for their aforementioned new business. Tarek receives a call from Kate wishing them both good luck, after which Gavin voices his misgivings about the young woman, thinking that she's a bit on the weird side. Tarek dismisses his friend's concerns and the two continue their lighthearted banter just before they venture inside the bank. We are now introduced to the fourth major player in the cast. Kate's roommate, Charlie, a zesty Australian girl who explains that besides being Kate's housemate, the girls are actually best friends. Charlie prepares a special sandwich nicknamed a Sanger for Kate because the latter has been depressed as of late. Charlie says that Kate's so-called routine blood tests came back with abnormalities. Charlie expresses concern for Kate that she now has to see a blood specialist, but also mentions that for some unknown reason, Kate has also made plans to see her ex-boyfriend.
This is why you don't want a high maintenance bird.
Well, why are you telling me that today for? But you could have told me that yesterday or the day before. When did you book this, doctors?
This is absolutely ridiculous.
How can you expect me to trust you?
Tarek, please.
You still haven't even told me why you met your ex-boyfriend.
Look, I don't want to talk.
Why were you meeting him? Are you getting back with him?
No! Look, I've got to go. You talk about this later.
So you want to carry on seeing your ex but have a little bit of fun with me on the side, is that it? Don't push me around, Kate, or whatever your name is.
Tarek, it's my ex. My ex, and it's not because I wanted to, it's because I had to. It was in one of my dreams.
It was in your dream?
Look, it wasn't like that. It was in one of my dreams. I thought if I met him, then I'd be able to figure some things out.
Whatever, Kate.
Thanks, Tarek. Can you count on you?
Can you wait a minute?
No, Tarek. I've got to go to the doctors to find out what my abnormal blood thing is, and maybe I'll be able to get some answers.
And that, my friends, is why I'm single. Oh.
I left this flat Thursday afternoon to see a specialist about my abnormal blood test. I've just woken up in this bed with the same clothes on, and it's Friday night. And I don't remember anything in between. Where have I been? What's happening to me?
A few days go by since Kate's alarming last video, in which she claims that she remembers almost nothing in between the doctor's visit and waking up in her bed almost 24 hours later. Even more distressing is that both Charlie and Tarek seems to believe that Kate isn't being 100% honest, and that some of the unaccounted for time might have been spent with her ex. Kate decides to research all she can about memory loss at a local library and bumps into a mysterious guy named Steve. For some inexplicable reason, Kate explains that Steve has taken an extreme interest in trying to help Kate remember her lost time. Despite the odd nature of his motivations, she says that Steve seems like a nice guy, and the two have agreed to work together in recovering her forgotten memories. Charlie chimes in and says that upon seeing Steve, she was immediately put off and found him creepy. According to her, things have gotten complicated between Kate and Tarek, which has added to the former's depression. At the end of the video, Kate leaves the apartment with Steve, something which gives Charlie a very bad feeling. A few days later, and Kate makes an upload in which she expresses everything that's been going on concerning herself, Tarek, Charlie, and Steve.
Morning. Afternoon. I haven't slept much since my last vlog. I've been doing some work with Steve, but I still can't remember anything from last week. Are our parents right? Should we avoid speaking to strangers, or are they just friends that we haven't met yet? Like my friend Steve. Steve's told me he can help me figure out what's happened last week. So what if I only met him a few days ago in the library? Charlie said she doesn't want him coming to her party. She thinks he's a weirdo. She's wrong to judge him, she doesn't even know him. Sure, he's a little different, but if I hadn't have met him when I did, then I wouldn't have any hope right now. I haven't had much support from my friends. Tarek doesn't want me meeting with Steve either, but he hasn't been around much this week. We're meant to be going to the cinema. It's Orange Wednesday tonight, but he's working late. Steve called. He wants to bring over a meditation exercise tape to help people with amnesia. Is that a good idea?
Tarek updates the viewers on his and Gavin's business ventures and seems quite happy that the two have finally acquired an actual office space. In a time-lapse format, we overhear that Gavin has been pushing his friend to get information out of Kate concerning an upcoming birthday party for Charlie. Tarek engages in some good-natured ribbing, alluding to the fact that Gavin has an obvious crush on Kate's roommate. Later on, Tarek is angered by the fact that Kate has called off their afternoon plans to spend the day with Steve in their supposed memory exercises. The young man thinks that Steve is full of nonsense and that his and Kate's relationship may be in real trouble. At Charlie's birthday party, Gavin attempts to get closer to the girl and does get her to at least notice him. Tarek, on the other hand, seems increasingly irritated that Steve is in attendance. Kate genuinely seems more interested in conversing with the mysterious man than her own boyfriend, which prompts both Tarek and Gavin to offhandedly go through Steve's discarded bag. In doing so, they discover that Steve has several pamphlets pertaining to the Hymn of One, the dangerous doomsday cult which was first introduced in the main Lonely Girl 15 series, which is currently playing out in the United States as of the events of KateModern. Not exactly knowing the full significance of this revelation, Tarek abruptly leaves the party in disgust. A day later, we find that Tarek has extensively researched the Hymn of One and has found the Lonely Girl 15 account. Through the various uploads on the channel, he discovers the group's true motivations and rushes over to Kate's apartment to directly confront Steve.
Are you alright?
What's the matter?
Where's Steve?
What are you doing? Christ, Harry, what are you doing?
Oh, here we go. Come on.
Stop it!
It's not you thinking. You need to control your temper. These bars are weird religion.
I
The Hymn of One.
I know!
What do you mean you know?
Steve's told me about his religious beliefs.
You did. I'm not trying to push my religion onto Kate. I'm just trying to help her find her lost memories. How do we know it wasn't your cult and you that had anything to do with her missing memories in the first place? I've seen what you people doing here today. You're all sick. My compassion for Kate is the furthest thing from my religion. So what is it then? You're just trying to bang her. Grow up. Oh shit!
Tarek!
Kate, what are you doing?
No, Tarek, just go! Tarek, just go! I don't want to see you anymore! Are you okay?
Later on, the mysterious Steve makes his formal introduction where he lays out his real connection to the Hymn of One and why exactly he has such an invested interest in helping Kate.
It's a simple story, really. Classic themes. Happiness, sadness, love, violence. Kate visited a doctor to follow up an abnormal blood test. 24 hours later, she ended up in this bed, with absolutely no recollection of what happened to her in between. She's had a rough week. Her friends don't believe her, and her boyfriend Tarek, he doesn't trust her. Well, I do. I trust her, and I want to help. So, boy meets girl. Girl meets new boy. Old boy punches new boy. New boy goes to the police. Old boy goes to prison. I wouldn't really do that, mate. I wouldn't go to the police. Some people know how to show restraint. The plot thickens. New boy belongs to a religion that the old boy doesn't understand. Regardless, the hymn of one is not relevant to my interest in Kate. I just want to help her get her memory back. I mean, can't a person help a fellow human in need? Alien autopsy. Aliens are not real. Bonsai kittens. A hoax, Tarek. No one is raising kittens in little jars. A lonely girl, 15. Those kids in America. The order? Do you really believe in a secret society? Killing girls and using their blood for eternal life. Here's what's true. For the past week, I've been helping Kate, and I succeeded. Because I use my brain, not my fists. Found these pictures on Kate's phone. She doesn't remember taking them. I'm going to post them onto Kate's Bebo site, so everyone can help us find out where they're from. I promised Kate I would help figure out where she went, who's responsible. I'll do it by noon on Saturday. And Tarek, why don't you help? You can be part of this story too.
Tarek shares a story with the audience of a childhood fight he had at a local sports club, in which he pummeled one of the fans of an opposing team. The point of the story was to convey that he's always dealt with severe anger issues, to the point where he almost suffers blackouts and memory loss where he can't remember how he's acted out in certain situations. Tarek apologizes to Kate and Gavin of how he reacted to Steve and tells the audience that he's going far away for a few days just to clear his head. Gavin admits that he's having a rough time at the office without Tarek and uses this time to vent at both Kate and Steve. He believes that Kate is mentally ill and that Steve is just plain dangerous. He urges Tarek through the video to break up with the girl lest she bring them both more problems. Surprisingly, he runs into Charlie and the two compare notes about Kate. Charlie says that Steve has offered to take Kate back to the blood specialist, the one which she saw earlier, just prior to the onset of her memory loss. Charlie is extremely worried about the entire situation and conveys this to Gavin. With his obvious romantic ulterior motives, Gavin is more than eager to assist.
Weird funky chicken Gavs that I had to come and meet him as soon as I finished work. This had better be good. I'm missing Kath and Kim. Run that by me again.
It's called trait positive. It was in that stuff Tarek was looking at the other day. He's left it on his computer. You know that weird religion that Steve's a part of?
Yeah.
Right, well 2 weeks ago they supposedly killed a girl in America called Bree.
And what does this have to do with Kate, Kat?
Well, I looked at Kate's post on here about where she got the blood test done, and I hacked into the website through a back door. But the sample was sent to some place in San Diego, California called the Wyman Foundation. You ever hear of that?
No.
Kate has the same trait-positive blood type that American girl Bree had. Tarek was right. Look, Steve's not taking Kate to find answers. He's taking her for some religious ceremony where they're going to drain her of all her blood or something.
I knew that guy Steve was an absolute creep. We've got to do something about this now. What's wrong with the door?
Oh no.
Oh no, what?
The deadbolt.
What deadbolt?
The new alarm system, it's set to automatically lock at 6 p.m.
And?
It's 601.
So you're trying to tell me that you can hack into a website, you can't even unlock the door?
Look, I got it on the cheap. The instructions are in Russian. Tarek's got the code.
Yeah, good one. You're an idiot. Now we're trapped down here while Kate's out there with that weirdo Steve.
Well, don't blame me. Tarek's the one who's buggered off with the code. That won't work. We're in the basement. There's no reception.
Landline?
It's not been installed yet.
Well, are we online?
You know what? That is not a bad idea, actually. There are people online. Look, Tarek, if you're watching this, something's really wrong. I don't quite know what, but I think Kate could be in a lot of trouble. You need to get down to Carnaby Street tomorrow at, what time did Kate say she was going to be?
10 a.m.
You need to get down to Carnaby Street tomorrow, Saturday the 18th at 10 a.m. In fact, if anybody else is watching, this isn't a joke, this is for real, and we need as much evidence as we can get to show this. If you can get to Carnaby Street at 10 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday the 18th, then get down there, take any recording device, I don't know, cameras, phones, anything, and just record anything that looks unusual or out of the ordinary. I mean, we need as much help as we can get, so fingers crossed.
Seeing little choice but to make the most of their time trapped together, Gavin and Charlie actually find that they have a lot in common, and before too long almost forget that they are in a potentially dire situation. Near the end of the duration, Charlie even admits to the audience that she finds Gavin quite attractive.
Hi, okay, I can't go into any detail. I've just finished editing everything and you just need to watch it. There's just been some crazy stuff happening today. Thank you to everyone who turned up. I don't know what to make of it, but thanks to you, we've got loads and loads of evidence. It's Danny, Ruth, Hazel, Tony, everyone else who came, thank you. And those of you who couldn't make it, there's so much more we can do to help Kate, so just who was watching us, stay vigilant. We have to stick together. Hello, guys. Hello. Seriously? Okay. No, okay, we're coming now. We're coming now. Oh, excuse me. Guys.
What's going on?
What's going on? We need to get down and start filming. There's a siren, guys! What's happened?
There has been an incident resulting in a fatality.
Oh my God.
That's all I can tell you right now. Please stand right back.
Guys,
Stand
who
right
might
back.
be in there?
Was
Was it a woman?
Was
it a girl? Who is it?
I can't disclose that information right now.
Please, we're worried about her. She might be. Have you seen anyone go in there?
I very much doubt it's going to be anyone that you know.
Oh my God,
Please
guys,
stand
it's
right
Tarek!
back.
It's
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
My girlfriend's in there, you gotta let me in there. Kate, her name's Kate, and I think someone's trying to hurt her.
I don't think your girlfend's in there.
Mate,
Can
my
you get
girlfriend's in there, I need you to...
Please stand
You gotta
right.
let me in.
Please stand.
You gotta let me in.
I said stand right back
Come
behind
on,
the
let
table.
him in.
Thank you.
Kate! Kate! Oh my God.
It's not going to be anyone you know. Don't worry about it.
Who's in the bag? Who's in the bag?
What's going on?
You know this man? Do you know him?
He's dead. Oh my God.
It's a male doctor. It's not going to be anyone you know, okay? It's a male doctor. Now, please, just move on, please. Move. Keep away.
Tell me who it is. What is going on here?
Who's in
I don't understand what's going on.
The deceased is a male doctor. That's all I can tell you, okay?
Dead
Don't
body's a
go out
doctor,
today.
guys.
Mate, listen, I don't know who these people are, but they were trying to hurt her, but now I think they've done something to the doctor.
They were trying to what?
I don't know who they are, but I think they've done something to the doctor.
I came here a couple of weeks ago to see a doctor, and I don't know what's going on anymore. I can't remember anything, and I want to know what's going on.
Well, surely you remember. I mean, you either came to see a doctor or you didn't come to see a doctor.
I can't remember anything.
Right. Listen. I'm going to give you my card. It's got my contact details on, okay? Now you give me a call if you remember something you think might have some relevance, all right? Hey, listen, you seem pretty shaken up. Come on. Let me give you a lift. Come. So where'd you guys live? Come on, get in.
Who was the body? Do you reckon it...
What's going on?
What was it, mate? What's happening? What's happened?
Just keep away, please. Thank you. I said keep away. Move right back from the car. Thank you.
At least we know Kate's safe.
What the hell happened there?
That was all a bit nuts. I don't know what happened.
That's really, really scary. Keep your eyes out, guys, because Steve might actually be hanging around.
Our quartet has regrouped, and Charlie says that shortly after the harrowing incident at Carnaby Street, that Tarek unlocked the basement office, freeing both her and Gavin. She reports that Kate is now in a state of extreme paranoia and has not slept since the ordeal.
Kate, did you sleep?
No, I'm not going to sleep.
Have you figured out what you're going to do?
You're right. I've been an absolute idiot. I mean, how come Steve just magically appeared when all this started happening?
I told you that healing one stuff was weird shit. And now that specialist is dead.
I know.
Well, come on, I think you should come with me. We need to find Steve and figure out what the hell has happened to you. Don't worry about it. I'll figure everything out. Don't worry about it for tonight. I'll go and I'll try and sort all of this out. Just try and sleep. Steve, this starts tomorrow. You better beware, because I am going to hunt you down and I'm going to find you and figure out what the hell you have done to Kate. You better watch out, buddy.
Gavin sits back and seems to be basking in the glory of having been the one to crack the code of what Steve and the Hymn of One wanted to do with Kate. In his high, he asks Charlie out through the video, but later freaks out when Tarek drops by, admitting that even though he likes his self-admitted status as a hero, he is still very much on edge, fearing that agents of the Hymn of One could be after him next. After bumping into a celebrity at a local bar, Charlie spots Steve in the crowd and immediately gives chase.
Hey! Hey, Creepy Steve, why don't you answer your phone? You've got a lot of questions to answer. Why? Hey! This sucks. Steve's got so much explaining to do. If your religion's got nothing to hide, then why won't you answer your phone?
After losing Steve, Charlie and Kate are back at home trying to relax when an unexpected visitor drops by.
Kate! Kate! Let me explain. Just calm down here.
I am not a child, Steve.
You look ill, Kate. You're like you haven't slept in
Don't
weeks.
change the subject. It's all my fault. I think I wound her up.
There's nothing to worry about.
This is really freaking me out. I think I have to go in there and help her get rid of him. Kate! What the hell have you done?
And so our journey thus far comes to a halt, but rest assured that things are just heating up. What exactly was Steve's role in the blood specialist's grisly death? Will we learn more about Kate's mysterious past, including what her name actually is? What plans does a hymn of one have for Kate, and will it mirror what happened to Bree Avery in Lonely Girl 15? We'll answer all these questions and much more in part 2 of KateModern Explained. So subscribe as to not miss a beat. As we always say around here, my dear viewers, question everything and trust no one. Till next time.